Hi-ho, everybody, and welcome back to yet another episode of Yakshas. Apologies for the wait. We had very important adult talks to have.
I'm in trouble.
Yes.
And it's fine.
It's fine.
You probably shouldn't have released the spoilers for next season where Indiana dies.
Yeah, but everybody needed to know that she died because she was actually allergic to mint chocolate chip ice cream, and it was a very delayed reaction.
It was very delayed. You've eaten mint chocolate chip ice cream before. This is a problem. It's clearly something else. Mint didn't do this to you.
I'm just allergic to lead.
I mean,
That was in the mint chocolate ice cream.
Oh no.
Anyway.
They were stored too close to the MERV. Slightly irradiated ice cream.
Oh, well, speaking of radiation, you guys have been in the Red Forest, and you came across the Duga 1 array. What all shenanigans did you guys get up to while you were there?
Well, Indiana found out she's dying.
What's new? Haha.
Right?
Well, Indiana found out she's dying
Faster than
quickly.
normal. Faster than normal.
She's
great.
better at dying than some people.
I don't know. She's had so many close calls. I'd say she's a lot better at not.
Mer goes, "You are superior to me in only one aspect, Indiana."
You are
Really?
better at dying.
Fuck.
And also, you're very sticky in your suit
Because
of
yeah.
things.
I'm sorry. Decisions were
Indiana
made.
woke up and was just like, oh
Decisions were
man,
made.
is this like sweat? What the fuck is this?
It had to have been so like dry and grossly sticky. Like just like ew. Like
Don't worry, Amy. I know what you're thinking about. So, you guys got to this place. You went into the administration building, and I got to throw out some real life Chernobyl facts that are horrifying to think about. Like the fact that the Russian government was telling everyone that the exposure was about 3 Rutin, which
Ronkin.
is Ronkin,
or
which is-
whatever, yeah.
which is about twice your yearly average exposure. No, the actual number that was coming out from the reactor every hour was 15,000, which is twice the radiation that came from the bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki every hour. And you don't see, we have a lot of good senses, sight, smell, taste. We have no way of feeling radiation. And radiation poisoning usually takes days to set in.
Yep.
Unless you're the people who are moving what they thought was gravel at the explosion site, and it was graphite. And then a couple hours later, everything that touched the graphite started melting.
Yep.
do you like to hurt us?
So, thankfully, the exclusion zone is not that hot anymore. Most things in the exclusion zone are not that hot anymore.
We did find-
However, yeah, go ahead.
There was a truck full of equipment from first responders, so like their firefighting jackets and stuff, that even 50 years later were so radioactive that even in your suits you would be dead in an hour. So you guys very much went around that truck. Then you guys found out there was some cool stuff in the archives that would give you some plot development. So you went down there and found out that there were a lot of those Xenorite zombies. A lot in the dark.
Yep.
So
I hate this.
Indiana and Vosco went down there, and all you guys heard over the intercoms was occasionally Indiana going, "Oh, oh, oh,"
We're not
because
very good at communicating.
one would just stumble around a corner right in front of her and almost walk into her. And it's one of those things, if you make a loud noise, you're fucked because there's hundreds of them down there. And they get really mad at loud sounds. It was like if anyone here has played Dead Space 3, there's a section where you're in a basement full of necromorphs that only react to loud sounds.
Or maybe that one dude in Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah.
Scary shit.
Or if you played GTFO with the
Oh, yep.
the things that only wake up for a little bit when you're loud and then they go
Slowly
back
fall
to
back
sleeping.
What was I gonna say?
Oh yeah, you guys found out some world-shattering evidence about some things.
So, everybody's familiar with the Tunguska event, right?
Tenacious D event?
So
We'll
in
go with
1908, so real life, 1908, there's an explosion out in the middle of nowhere in Tunguska, Russia. Turns out it was a meteorite. We know now today it was a meteorite. Just kind of exploded in air. But in this world, that meteorite landed and created an explosion in Tunguska. The Russians get out there, and all of a sudden, people start growing crystals and dying. In 1908.
But then war were declared, so everyone's got more important shit to think about.
So Russia's just known about just known about xenorite poisoning for well over 100 years, and almost 100 years. By the point that Shiva hits, and so we find out that for 100 years we could have been working on a cure for xenorite poisoning, and because nobody knew anything,
Not only that,
we didn't.
there was another thing. In the 1940s, during World War III, the Soviets had a plan. They were going to create a giant bomb that they were going to use to airburst over the Atlantic jet stream and cover America in xenorite. But when they knew that they were going to lose the war, they said, and I quote, real fucking proud of this line, "We will either bury them in history or they will bury themselves in their ignorance." And they destroyed all evidence of their bomb because they didn't want anyone to find out about xenorite as a big fuck you. Until this guy in the 1960s finds out about and starts asking questions, to which everyone in the Russian government says, there was no graphite. The equivalent of that, you found nothing. Stop asking about it. You found nothing. And he said, this is bullshit. I'm going to defect. I probably can't take this with me because if I take this with me, they'll fucking kill me. But I am going to leave hints with my friend, a German researcher named Dr. Preuss. And then you found out about something that you've already heard about once before, which was Project Yeats, and apparently has something to do with Yeats's poem, The Second Coming.
Eating children into space.
Yeah, you just reminded me. Now I'm mad again. Bruce has known about something involving this for years and has done fucking nothing.
Because the specific 2 lines from the poem that were on the information you found were, surely some revelation is at hand. Surely the second coming is at hand.
Don't call me Shirley, but yes.
So, to which Computer King added and what rough beast, its hour come round at last, slouches towards Bethlehem to be born.
Mm-hmm. So, just fair warning to all of the player characters, Indiana may or may not try to kill Bruce when we get back on board.
Live your best life
I see
while
nothing.
you have it.
Can I like
I
quick
Wow.
save before you do, and then see what
Thanks.
happens, and then reload the game and stop you?
Yeah, can we hit F5 on that?
No.
Oh,
You
damn
don't
it.
have function buttons.
No function buttons in this game.
Actually, that's not true. We have discovered function buttons in this game.
I don't. Okay.
Well, what happens between you and Min is
I'm gonna-
private.
We're moving on from that one. This is a PG-13 stream for reals.
Is
I
it?
swear to
When
God.
did that
No.
happen?
It's, yeah, I was gonna say
I
bullshit.
swear to God.
I have to quit this game right now.
I
Like,
was
you
gonna
can't
say,
have me
sorry.
play with you.
Then
Fuck,
you
fucking
guys
fuck, what?
went. Well, it's been minutes, so that's okay. We're allowed to say fuck only after the first minute. It's YouTube rules.
Who makes up? I was gonna say, who makes up these? I thought it was 15 seconds. Who makes up these arbitrary?
It
bullshit
was
rules?
15 seconds, then they made it a minute after the second Great Adpocalypse.
These fucking bitches.
But yeah, then you guys went to the area where originally Russian soldiers would have been, but Kairos had been sitting and found a really sad journal from someone who was living there. It was like, yeah, I can't wait to help the infected people. And then the last word on it was just a
Smile.
very scratched in itchy. As all of the people here were slowly turned into these horrible Xenorite zombies because someone was exposing them to more and more Xenorite to speed up their infection.
Yeah.
I've
So
had
no,
worse.
we found out a lot of things that made people very angry, and by people I mean me, Min. I mean Indiana.
I mean,
me.
Min can be mad with you.
Min, you have. We'll start with you, Min. You've been
Oh.
playing Overwatch this whole time in the sense of you've been in your mech keeping watch.
I cleaned up the back for you, by the way.
Thank you.
We
Wait,
hear
did
over
you
the-
clean it?
We hear over
Nah,
the mic.
By the way, you're
don't
out
God
of
go
damn
in
it,
wet
there.
wipes.
Genji! If you ask for another heal, I'm not healing you.
I need healing.
You're out of wet wipes.
So-
Min.
Out of wet wipes.
I was gonna say you're out of wet wipes. I'm sorry.
That's fair.
Because
But
you're also
there's
out
no
of
more
bottled
blood.
water.
There's no more blood or vomit or nuts.
Where did the blood come from?
Oh,
She was
I was
coughing
coughing
up blood.
Blood.
Oh, right. And then
Xenorite blood.
I rubbed mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Which, by the way, you're also out of bottled water in your mini fridge because the way that Indiana cleaned her hair was taking all of the bottled water and pouring it into her hair.
It's
It's a
honestly
fair situation. It's fine.
you would you she assumed you would understand.
And if you're meaning if you can go into the bad cap, no. You're going to need like a heavy duty medical cleaning on that shit because
Okay.
Xenorite's scary.
Sure. Oh God, is it gonna fuck up Max?
It shouldn't. Xenorite will infect non-organic material, but it's much more picky about how long it takes. It wants to go after organic material first.
It's making its way to his casket.
Making its
That's-
way downtown, walking fast, faces past his home base.
And it's starbound,
His starbound?
which is why the Tunguska thing, the first thing they noticed with the Xenorite is that it was all of the blasted down trees were starting to grow it. But they're like, but it's not in the ground. What the fuck? Or he's like, what the fuck are these trees doing? I don't like this. And then they're like, oh, and now our researchers are doing this. I really don't like this.
Yep.
Mhm.
So
So yes,
yeah.
it's been quiet. You did see them go back towards the entrance you came to towards, as this picture shows, a checkpoint. They fiddled around in there before part of the ground that was actually a false door just opened up, and they all seemed to go into some sort of bomb shelter bunker. And it's been quiet since then.
Mm. Is there anybody out and about?
The occasional Xenorite zombie is wandering around, but you know enough to not shoot them with your extremely loud gun.
Yeah.
So they did have you pick up some old blasted out cars and put them in front of the archives to block off the door and just told you, don't open dead inside.
Sure, for sure.
Don't dead open inside.
Don't
huh?
dead open inside.
Which,
Ah!
if you've been seeing cars break down before, but she's never seen what radiation does to them.
Mm-mm.
But floors! How do you polish 200 years of rust?
Cogsworth, calm down. It's okay. We'll build you a new house with rust. Because nothing's not rust. Nothing's not rusted in the Fallout universe.
Including you, Cogsworth.
God.
Yeah. So that's actually something that Min's probably thinking more of anything. Ooh, what's this radiation going to do to Max's paint job?
Honestly, that is
Ooh.
the thing I am thinking about right now. Yeah. She's probably like kicked back in a tank in some booty shorts with her legs up on the dash, picking her fucking fingernails with a fucking toothpick. I don't know.
You could have a nail file if you want, because those have
Sure.
picks at the end.
That's a thing. She's just fucking picking at her nails, just fucking waiting for something cool to happen.
Just
What are
probably
you waiting for, kid? I don't know. Something awesome to happen, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah,
probably
me
about
too,
the
kid.
time you guys leave the bunker. And there's Max, standing sentinel as ever.
Having
Can you
fun up there?
see? Oh, yeah, so much fun. I have read like 6 books since I've been up here. I watched a couple of
You
shows.
don't read that fast.
You don't know that? You don't know that?
It's
You
only
don't know
been
my
a
life?
couple hours.
Maybe I did read 6 books. You don't know? Maybe they were small short stories. They were short stories.
Right.
What if they were
They were
short stories?
children's books.
I'll remember to buy you Dr. Seuss after this.
You're so mean. Is it the ice cream? Is that why? Is it
Honestly,
because of the ice
for a brief moment in the back of Max, I almost considered well, let's just say you're lucky that never mind.
I'm sorry I made you sticky.
No, you're
But
not.
only like a little sorry. Yeah, you're right. I'm not at all sorry about that. It was fun and also terrifying. I'm glad you didn't die.
Are
Thanks
we
for
really
not
having
dying.
like this conversation right now?
She's
Would you
fucking-
rather we have the conversation about we found Bruce's name in this bunker and now I'm going to go and kill him?
Oh, you want some help?
Why are you going to kill him? We don't know what he knows.
Fine. I will figure out what he knows, and then, in the most Russian way possible, he will suffer a slip and fall out of a 12th floor window. Portal.
Some bullets.
Exactly. It will be. Long story short, Bruce's name has come up in connection with Xenorite. A Xenorite event that happened in the 80s.
Hey, which one is Bruce again? Do I know
He's
his
the
name?
old dude.
The old German scientist on the ship.
Oh, the guy that took my fucking nuke away?
Yes, because he was
Yes.
like, you should
Oh.
have
Yep, him.
You what a fucking I'll help you. I would also like to get my nuke back.
Can we stop threatening 100-year-old men that probably will die when you look at them wrong?
Maybe the day that maybe the day I'm not not sick and dying from something that could have been cured 100 years ago.
Well, he has the most information on it at this point, so let's at least get that out of him before we do anything drastic.
Or we could look for that Dr. Volskov.
I'm not so sure he's alive anymore.
Well, he had the most information.
Maybe he's got an old research facility and something's left behind.
Well,
mean-
he'd easily be older than Bruce by a number of years. That's the problem.
Sure. Well, old men put their brains on paper.
But the
Let's go
Or
find
in
their paper.
boxes.
Mm-hmm.
or
If
in
we
boxes.
find a goddamn brain in a box, I'm burning it.
You guys are going to
Um,
come across this world's version of
wait.
RoboBrain.
You have
A
a
brain in a box. They
You
have
have-
those. They're called
NHPs.
exactly. It might be
Fuck.
in Nicholas.
They're more than just a brain. I don't know if you've ever looked inside of a casket.
Are
It's,
you
No.
saying
Big
that you
Brother.
think that they digitized Volsakov to make Nicholas?
Yes, that's possible.
Oh.
And now
oh
I'm
no.
sounding like Sin. Great.
Maybe.
That's
I
that's
don't know.
worse. That's a
You're
lot
knowing
worse
true
than what I
intelligence.
was thinking. Oh,
That would
no.
explain the accent.
So that guy's been watching me do some real shady shit all over the ship, huh? That's exciting.
Nicholas has been watching you
Always
do that
watching.
whether or not he's been a dead
I know.
Prussian scientist this whole time.
I know. Min is almost embarrassed and then realizes she doesn't give a fuck. Like it's like it happens in her brain and then it leaves. It's like, oh right, we don't care. We don't care about any of that shit.
Regardless, Merv kind of sighs and motions off towards the super tall radar array. The Duga array is hundreds of feet tall, just this massive scaffolding of radar towers. It's like, happiest people went in there. That's where we need to go if we're going to find them. Then we can get out of here and figure out what we do next.
I know what we do next, but we've talked about that enough.
That isn't threatening 100-some-year-old men.
He's only 93. No, wait. He was born in 1946. That was the hard
But
set.
That
Is
no,
it-
that was that was
Is it
the
taking
it was 36. I fucked up because I can't count.
Oh.
is the next thing we're gonna do taking a real shower? Because I'm sure that all of my bottled water wasn't enough to get the mint chocolate chip ice cream out of your hair. I'm sorry. Kind of. Just kidding.
You're not sorry.
I'm not.
But- Oh, I remembered what I was going to say now. There was a brief moment where I almost thought that you should have just let me overheat and die instead of put
Oh.
a mint chocolate chip in my hair. But I guess it all works
Right.
out.
I do want to remind you it wasn't a malicious thing. That is my favorite ice cream, and it was pre-Shiva, and I'm probably
Max,
not
if I
going to get any more
accidentally
of it.
destroyed Max's paint, Min, if I accidentally destroyed Max's paint job on accident, how much of a difference would that make?
Oh man, I think I probably wouldn't have rubbed my ice cream on your face. But that's okay. It's
Mhm.
fine.
Well, what's going to ruin his paint job even more is if we keep sitting out here in the radiation.
yeah,
Push,
can we
push,
hurry
push,
this
push.
up? I don't want to. I don't want to be like those zombie walkers.
Did you guys bring your own mechs? Am I like the only one that
No,
has?
everyone had to get out because they went into a place that was too small for anyone to fit.
And
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm still in Diddy.
theoretically, yeah, you're still in Diddy. It's just if anyone had to ever do something like acrobat, like involving deftness of movement in a small place, I think Diddy would just be a little bit too big.
Yeah.
But you can fit in places, and that means you get to bring mech weapons in places.
All right.
Okay.
I suppose we should get moving for the people that are worried about radiation and xenorite.
Xenorite won't get through our suits right away. Radiation probably will. High enough levels of radiation don't care what you're hiding behind.
Yes.
I'm ready to boogie.
Let's go.
You guys make your way towards the radar station, and you notice that there is an escarpment. On the other side of the escarpment, down about 30 feet, is the actual base of this radar station. And just across that is a few more buildings that seem like they would have been housed by the actual radar operating crew. They seem to be mostly ramshackle, fallen apart. Some of them rebuilt probably by Kairos in order to be the people who are operating Duga by them. As well as you can see off in the distance a few of those domes, indicating some of those nesting drones, like the ones that attacked in the night.
Joyous.
Sexy.
But when you look at the escarpment itself, after you make your way down to the bottom, you do see a large door, probably just tall enough that you could stay in Diddy.
Excellent.
But it seems like it leads into the actual radar facility itself.
I suppose this is where we dismount.
Can't we ever go
Well,
somewhere
most
bigger?
of us.
Why can't we go somewhere bigger? Because Cold War Russians were short? I don't know.
I mean, have you ever seen how the maximum height for a Russian tanker even today?
I try not to think about such things, especially when it involves people that are fighting Sever.
Oh no, that was me IRL saying that. I
Oh,
think it's
okay.
like 5'8" is the tallest they can be.
If you chop... You'd have to chop my whole foot off, actually. No, that's no-go.
Yeah. You guys crack open this door. You have to fight it a little bit. It seems like someone had barred the door from the other side. But especially with Diddy and the pneumatic strength in its arms, you rip the door open, bending this metal bar that had been put across it. You step into the first room of this abandoned radar station.
Oh,
And it is very, very clearly abandoned and in disrepair.
feels like I'm back with the Ochre Blades.
Damn, I thought they would have kept their things nice.
Well, all of you already say I fight like a savage. What's more to... how much harder is it to suspend your disbelief to think that we live like one, too? Live like ones, too.
That would explain some things, yeah.
A lot of things.
No, fuck you.
Who said I
Let's
was
go.
talking about you?
I don't know, it just felt like the thing to say, okay?
You guys step in, and the floor is covered in ceiling panels that have warped over time and fallen onto the ground, as well as you do see the running battle has taken place here with plenty of dead Xenorite zombies. Though all of their massive jutting out Xenorite spikes have obviously disintegrated since the several months since their death. As you
What are
step
the-
in,
Go ahead.
you were going to say?
What are the Xenorite levels like here?
Enough to where your suits are warning you of severe biological contamination. That all of your suits have switched to internal oxygen. So all of you
Great.
have about 2 hours of internal oxygen, which should hopefully be enough.
Alright. I suppose we should pick up the pace, huh?
I couldn't agree more. Let's clear this place.
Find the
Looking back
bodies,
and
get out.
forth.
What order do you guys go in as you march in? And you notice that the power is online still.
Indiana can take point because she's invisible.
Invisibility.
Invisible.
I'll take the rear, so I'm the last thing that makes a sound near at the
I mean,
front.
are you sure you want to take the rear? I mean, I'm a big old bitch. I could totally wander in the back.
Oh, you're on foot.
Yeah,
You're
we're
on
all
foot.
You're on
What
foot.
the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no way you're
I'm
fitting
the-
a 30-foot mech into this place.
But my baby,
Uh-huh.
my
Uh-huh.
baby. I'm in the middle.
That's why I'm in the back.
Hi, baby.
Oh no, yeah, you are on foot. Your baby's
In-
gonna have to wait.
Indiana's got her
Job.
sword out. It's invisible, but before she goes invisible, all of you can see this sword come off of her back, and very clearly, this sword is taller than she is.
Yeah, it's a great sword, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And she is 5 foot nothing.
So it's about a foot taller than you.
How do we not hear
Mhm.
that thing drag around the ground when she walks?
It's just a little wobbly,
It's
but she
collapsible.
carries it.
It's collapsible. It's an assault
Oh,
sword.
that.
It's a switchblade sword.
It literally, they don't offer any description except, yeah, these are modern day anti-mech swords. Like, huh? Fuck it. Fuck it, we
Microfibers.
balling.
It's a microfiber sword made out of a nanocomposite. There, I just technobabbled an exclamation.
Fuck it, we castigate.
That was the best techno babble ever. I loved it. Thank you.
Ooh, actually, I have a better idea now because you said
Mhm.
that. It's this tiny little scabbard, like this long, with the only thing that's full size is the hilt.
I don't hunt.
It just keeps going. She puts it out and it just keeps going.
See, I'm
Is it
imagining
like one
that
of
it's
those
It's a
extended,
fucking magic trick.
Yep,
like a
yeah.
collapsible baton.
like
Yes.
a collapsible, like a either that or a lightsaber, but a giant ass sword.
See, I was thinking of the joke of where the blade's only that big. You pull it out, someone's like, What's that?" You go, "I don't hunt rabbits with a cannon."
But
You
no,
guys
sorry,
make your
that's
way
me.
in. And this is clearly like the power sub level that was also the front room for the radar station. The back wall is covered in breakers, light switches, power readouts, substations, all of the stuff that you would need, electricity transformers that are powering, which you notice as you look and see an elevator shaft that this facility goes underground.
Oh boy.
You peek in and you see, that's why it's an elevator shaft. In the 50 years that this place has been abandoned and exposed to obscene levels of radiation, the elevator broke off and fell down to the bottom floor. What appears to be 9 levels.
All right. The question is, up or down?
You're
There's
on the
no way to
top
get
level.
Okay, so there's no way up into the array, huh?
The array is just
If you
one
wanted to get
satellite.
up into the array, all of what you could see would have been just like the actual radar dishes and the scaffolding to climb up there and actually maintain them. Everything about like electronics and surveillance and everything would have been inside this base.
Gotcha. Well, down we go. And I'll use my ring of featherfall.
You do look and see that there is the cables are still there, and you give one a big heft. It might be a bit more difficult for Diddy, but a human could easily just slide down the elevator cabling.
What roll would you need, though?
Yeah.
No roll, because you guys could use the elevator cables, and this is Fallout rules where power armor doesn't take fall damage.
Okay.
But
Gotcha.
the noise!
There would be a roll if Diddy wanted to do it quietly and not just drop down.
What's the roll?
Normally, I would say act unseen or unheard.
Oh, I don't
But
have that.
if you have either something else you want to try and sell to me, or if you have a mech system that you could use.
I
Indiana's already sliding down the cable.
Then walks up and looks down at Indiana. And
Oh, you can't see Indiana.
You just see
Oh.
the spot where you assume she is on
Yeah.
the cable as it goes down.
I'm like, damn, that's a long way down. And as I'm leaning forward, I fall into the shaft.
can I
Huh?
What?
No, it's everyone sees me fall, but if they look in, I've got mag clamps on my legs, so I'm standing on the wall. Well, draped on the wall. I'm not, it's uncomfortable, but it was a joke.
Jesus. Fucking Mission Impossible style. Okay.
Everyone's like,
And-
"Oh God!" I'm just standing there holding.
Brazigo will use set up a rappel line for himself.
Can I read the situation and then borrow the rappel line?
Yeah, once he gets to the bottom, the rappel line will be free.
You could always just go down the cable.
Okay,
Yeah, you
team.
could use the
Can I
elevator
do that?
cable. Yes.
Yes.
Can I?
That's what Indiana
But I
does.
can use read a situation to do that.
No, you can just
I-
climb down it.
If
It's
you
not-
use read a situation, you might learn a bit more about this that could be helpful.
Let me know when you're clear of the elevator shaft, because this is going to be loud, and if anyone's at the bottom when I get there, messy.
Oh shit! Do you also have some mint chocolate chip ice cream?
Are you trying to scar me, or are you just...
Fozigo keeps a little clicker with him that
Yeah.
makes a little click, click, click that he uses to tap out when he can't sign. And he clicks out in Morse. Why did we bring her?
What dick? I'm gonna. But you're a
Because
dick.
she's got the bigger gun than you carry.
in my pants. Yeah. Is it worthwhile to roll this now? Maybe. Can I have the 22
That is
before I hit the bottom?
That is a really good read of situation. Because you learned something that could potentially be helpful for
Uh-oh.
Diddy as you're making your way down.
Oh shit!
This is a standard sized elevator shaft, which means it's not that big. Mechs have very strong joints. What could be done is he could try to like shimmy his way down, arms out, and like almost crawling down the shaft. It
Mhm.
would take a while, but it would remove a lot of the noise, and you wouldn't need to just jump down and smash the elevator at the bottom. Granted, or what's left
yeah.
of it, it's all that elevator at the bottom is smashed. It fell down 9 flights. It's pretty much a metal pancake.
Yeah. So a little ways down, she'll just be like, she'll kind of like look around and be like, "Yo, Howler, you could
Mhm.
probably just like, Spider-Man your way down."
You think?
I think so. It'd be quiet.
Yeah, it would be quieter.
Ish.
But just in case, I still want people to clear out the shaft before I start.
Oh, come
Sure,
on.
sure.
Hit
We'll
me.
get
Run
out of
me
your
over. If I
shaft.
survive, you pay my student loans.
You have student loans? Are you okay?
She goes,
Fozigo clicks out, you went to
appreciate a
school.
joke.
You would just
All right, that I resent. Yeah, I am. Yes, I went to school. I am fluent in 32 forms of kicking your ass.
You have to assume he's smiling under the helmet. It's hard to tell. Yeah, all of you make your way down to the bottom. You clamber over the elevator and get down into what would be the bottom lobby, the main foyer of the 9th or the 8th sublevel.
Mhm.
And then you wait for Howler to make his way down.
Oh, God.
Fine. It'll be fine. This is gonna be fine. He's got this, right? He's got this, right? She's like looking up, like, right?
I think so.
Doesn't
what would I need
matter.
to roll?
I will allow this to not need a roll. This was a way you could have gotten down slower, but safer.
Okay. Good. And that's
The
what I'll
only
do.
issue now is how are you going to get back up?
He'll jump.
Could do the same thing.
Yeah, could just climb. 'Cause you
Just
do
get rid
think
of
that,
the delay button on the jump.
Just
You
think
know.
about it in the sense of the goblin has a method to attach itself to another
True.
mech. So it
Climb
probably
True.
has ways to like cling on and grab onto walls.
That is
because you
true.
would say that yeah, Diddy would be too heavy to try and climb up the elevator cord without breaking it.
Oh yeah. Like unless if he has symbiosis, he has a perfect climb speed, but it doesn't mean mechs can't climb regardless. Or not symbiosis, whatever the Kai bioblading. Not
Yeah, Kai
symbiosis.
bioplating. You guys make your way to the bottom and it is much the same. Destroyed, decayed, empty. Save for a few dead bodies.
And
a lot of brass.
Yeah.
Not yet. It seems like there's, when you get to the end of this room, there is a doorway that opens up into a T-junction with hallways going either way. But
Right.
obviously, one of them has bodies much more than the other.
We could use all this brass to craft more ammunition.
It means that you could take the spent shell casings if you want.
Come on, Zappa. Down.
Aw, little dummy.
You're so
He's-
cute to everybody else. Those claw. All right.
No,
Yep.
we know that he's pretty dumb.
Welcome to catbutt.com.
I was gonna say, all right, buddy, just stand there, I guess. Okay.
There he goes.
But so we have two different directions to go. One's got more bodies than the others, right?
Yes.
Indiana's gonna go. I'll take the road less traveled. See you guys in a minute.
Are we splitting
You're
up?
just
Is
gonna
this
fucking-
Scooby Doo? Like
Right. I don't like this.
brother and sister at the same time?
Do you want to take someone as company?
I'm good.
Just fucking want a death wish. Oh.
Well, it is Indiana. I say directly to you.
Hey,
Bosco,
stuff.
for his part, has knelt down and looked at the various casings and stuff. Then signs to you guys who are still there. 5 people. One of them was being dragged. There's a bloodline. There's a trail of blood here.
The zombies drag us. Oh, perfect.
I don't think this is a zombie sitch. I think this is like a fully
Save or-
functioning brain
Yeah.
sitch.
Oh,
Might
you've
be a
missed-
save your buddy sort of drag.
Maybe. Or
you've
a
missed most of
fucking
the,
be mad
sin
at this guy.
accusing these things of being zombies.
I'd like to read a situation.
Go
Ooh,
for
can
it.
I do that too?
Yes. But anyone who wants to read the sitch can read the sitch.
Let's see how
Hmm.
uncomfortable.
I don't
this
know
makes
shit
me.
about fuck.
You're pretty sure that these are zombies.
Yes, believe in me. Where's my character sheet? That's-
Howler, you are raised for stuff like this. I'll
Ha,
carry
I
yours
win.
over to what you find, Indiana.
Wait,
Perfect.
why is mine- Oh yeah. Oh, it doesn't roll grit. That's right.
You can stay
Uh,
right there.
Hunter, you will also get this because you were also a soldier in a very, very bloody war. That this is very much the situation of noticing where the casings are with the drag line. One of them had been injured, you assume in the leg, and had been given a shotgun to fire while one of their buddies, holding onto the back of their plate carrier, was tugging them along while firing a pistol with their free hand. And you do remember back to the transmission when all of them were trying to get wherever they were trying to go, that between shotgun bursts, you did hear someone say, "Don't leave me." So they must have had to drop them just long enough for something.
Rip. All right.
All right.
Let's figure out where these guys died.
We will get to that in just a moment, because someone is going down the secret Scooby-Doo path. And they're going to find Old Man Jenkins.
At least that someone's invisible.
Indiana. Making your way down this hallway, you are going into a much less frequented part. And something you notice is very quickly, there stop being bodies.
Okay.
There are a few doors that seem to go to server rooms. Most of them are locked, or in some cases, it's just the door is so rusted with radiation that it won't open easily. You would have to force the door.
Okay.
But as you come across another door, you see that it was originally kept shut by a magnetic clamp that's been
But-
opened.
Oh.
No one has
Okay.
opened the door, but the clamps, or that's what they're called, right? Magnetic seals.
Yeah.
It's been disengaged.
Okay. Basically, I told you guys to go the other way, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You open the door
Um,
and you hear, fresh meat, as the butcher comes walking
No,
out.
you open the door and you notice a fog wall.
I'm assuming this is a very, very big, heavy, thick door. Yeah.
Yes. It takes
two
up the
Cs?
entire hallway.
With
Mm.
two C's.
At
yeah?
least two
Yeah.
C's, because you assume that this thing is lead lined with how heavy it feels.
Oh,
2 C's.
right.
Do it.
we're gonna slide it on open.
Alright, is there a way I can drag only one person somewhere?
Yeah, you should
Oh
be able to.
God. I am
Do I just
still
pull
invisible,
the
thank
scene?
God.
Yeah, pull to scene.
We will pull you and the camera over.
Oh no. Oh Morty.
Zoinks!
You open the door and step in. There's a wide open room with computers on either walls. These computers seem to be attached to switchboards and radar readouts. But what really gets your attention is at the far end, there's what seems to be the door to a vault. And out in front of it are very, very old models, bigger, bulkier than the ones you're used to, of subalterns. And they have their hands clasped together and their heads down as if in mourning.
So oh shit, the subalterns. I remember those now. The things that
Yeah,
tried,
they
to
tried
to
fucking
kill
kill
you.
Indiana. The first time Rowan tried to kill me. That's right.
First time.
There's been a lot
Second
of
time.
attempts.
The first time this season
This
Rowan
camp-
tried to kill me.
Mhm.
First time, are you sure that wasn't beating a motherfucker with a motherfucker?
That's me. That's me.
That's right. You're right.
But this what looks like a vault door is connected to all sorts of pneumatics and pumps and other equipment. But these two
Okay.
subalterns seem to be shut down. Like they've been standing there for so long they lost power.
Sure, they have. Wink, wink.
So to give you a chance to cut over to the other group, I'm going to basically just over comms go. Guys, you might want to see this. I'll send the video. And I'll turn on live the live footage off a helmet cam.
Ah, shit, Indy's gone live. Open up
I will
Twitch.
show them the
Or not
picture
Yeah,
then.
no.
Just where those two red lights would be, imagine there's a subaltern standing there. I tried really hard, but Midjourney's like, nah, none for you. But for the rest of you, you're going down the main way. And it's pretty obvious. You get to another big door like that, but they had to force this one by cutting through the door with some sort of high-powered plasma torch. Knocked it open.
Chose poorly.
Well, when you get in, you do find the bodies. You find 5 people in Happy gear. Their bodies have desiccated. It's been a few months that they've been down here. And you notice that each of them is just surrounded in bodies from these zombies. No one went down without a fight. But they were all beat, scratched, clawed, choked. Anything physical the zombies could do to kill them. Not really zombies, but you know what I mean. It's
How long has
easier
it
to
been?
say.
Yes.
It's been,
You could
I think
just
it's
call
been
them
5
the
months.
infected. Oh wait.
No,
The turbo infected.
No, my question was going to be, how long has it been since our canned air turned on our?
Oh
Oh,
no.
it's been probably 20 minutes.
Okay, 20 minutes out of 2 hours isn't bad. Climbing back
But-
up will be.
You find all of them there. They put up one last final stand. If you checked any of their weapons, all of them were empty by the time they were taken out. They fought to the last bullet.
Now, is the last bullet in them, or is it not in a zombie nearby?
None of them shot themselves, if that's what you're asking. They all went
Yeah,
down
okay.
fighting.
I ain't turning into one of them kind of moment.
No.
All right.
It's a bit of a somber scene as you walk into this room that seems to be the nerve center of this entire place. It is filled with computer screens, some of them with bullet holes in them now. Some of them knocked over in just the scramble and the melee. And you notice one of the bodies is sitting up, had reached across the table before he was finally killed, hand on a button. And he had been the one to start sending this canned message of the coordinates that's been repeating ever since.
Mm.
Min, it's hard to recognize these people for how long it's been since they've passed away, but you recognize the patch of the whistleblowers, and their happy badges have their pictures on
Mhm.
them. And you didn't know them very
banged
well,
a
but
couple of 'em.
you knew them.
Mhm.
They were all men. She wouldn't bang them.
Ha!
No. I knew of them. We were probably homies ish.
Yeah, you
Homie
were
adjacent.
friends. You were friendly with
Yeah.
one another. You probably drank with them a couple of times.
Damn. That sucks. My heart.
I collect the badges as proof of death.
Yep, it has
Yeah.
everything you would want. It has their name, their call sign, their department, their blood type.
I was gonna say it'd be impractical to actually take the bodies up.
No.
But you also notice that 2 of the 5 have special notes on them that say that they were infected.
Uh-huh. And they haven't shown any growth?
They're dead now.
Well,
Any-
Xenorite doesn't care about being dead.
There's some growth on the bodies in the sense that it happened post-mortem, but
Okay.
it's also a lot more present on the Kairos infected because they had just a lot more in them.
Right.
But also handling these bodies at all, that just makes all of the growths break off and turn into black powder in the air.
Gotta love it.
And does anyone take a look at anything else in the room or just collect the tags off the bodies?
I'd like to take a look around. What else is happening here?
I was gonna say
Here-
there's computers.
Yeah, you do have to know
Mhm.
Russian.
I don't know if Min knows Russian.
Just put a cam
maybe-
up, I can translate.
Can you? Would you? That'd be cool. Will you do that for me?
Just yeah. All you have to do is ask Min.
Maybe
Min.
have
Indy.
you maybe have you like come back over here first, so
You
you're
know
not
she's not
distracted
going to do
walking
that.
around.
She's
She's-
she's not going to do
She's
that.
like, I can't let these stupid robots get out of my sight.
They're weeping robots.
They-
but
Don't
you.
blink.
So you.
They do
you
look
can-
like they are like holding themselves and crying.
I don't like this. I will not.
Which is why
Min
she
would like to
hasn't
leave.
moved from the door yet. She just, she'll probably turn her camera off and go,
Dude, she's
What's your-
streaming.
"What you got for me?"
Right. She's gonna turn a fucking camera towards the monitor and be like, I need an adult.
Well, there's no adults in this place.
I
They
need
all
a
died
pseudo
back
adult.
in the 60s.
Adult adjacent human. You get to be the one. Will you look
Oh
at this?
no, I am the one. Anyway,
You are the one.
You
Don't
see
wait in time.
on
Don't need a gun to get respect up on these streets. Okay, I'm sorry.
Jesus. I like to think Mint's actually doing that like out loud.
Yeah, she totally is.
Mur just looks over. He's like, "You and Frank would have gotten along."
Probably. Maybe. I
Eh,
hear stuff about Frank. Not enough to
Well-
know better.
let's not talk about Frank, please.
The computer that you look at first is just its readouts for the facility. It's saying that these radar stations are up. It's also saying that the super secret radios are up. Because you do
Oh.
know the conspiracy theory that Duga was it's called an over the horizon radar. It could go out as far. Hold on. Kitty wants to go out. It could go as far as like America from the middle of Ukraine. Because the point of it was to monitor if there was ever a nuclear launch.
Right.
But it also created something that also a real life fact. It's called that people called the Russian woodpecker. It would be in the middle of radio transmissions. You would hear this loud over and over and over because it was the radar signal interfering with shortwave radio. But some people said that it was also used to mask them using it as a giant number station to send messages out to spies.
Mhm.
And this is
Maybe.
confirming that, at least in this world, that there were secret radio stations. And all of them are transmitting the current message, but they have a history of other messages they've sent. And it's all kinds of stuff that
What was the last message sent before this most recent one?
it's more coordinates, and they point to the North Pole.
Ew.
I hate that.
Okay.
But maybe you don't. Do we hate that? The North Pole must be nice. Santa lives
Well,
Santa died of
Somebody-
xenorite poisoning.
somebody else lives up there. I don't know if we know that yet.
there. Oh, who else lives up there? Wait,
Do we know
is
that
this-
yet, Ron?
You know that Amemon clearly you've heard
Yep.
from Gob that Amemon makes her base at the North Pole.
Yep. Crazy AI lady.
The Queen.
Oh, so Hunter's future wife?
No,
Set's
Seth's
future
future wife.
That's future wife. Bitchin'. All right.
But if you go back a long ways, you do start seeing all of those numbers that you intercepted way back in season 1.
Are they here too?
Yes.
Oh no. Huh. Huh. That's all you get from Indiana. Huh.
Like, huh? What? Huh? What?
You're
Oh,
gonna
it's
have
just-
to spill the beans. Actually, I'd probably reckon it's numbers, so they.
Yeah,
would-
the numbers aren't in Russian.
So you'd say, "Huh," and I'd be like, "Huh."
Huh?
Howler,
What, you
do you,
guys?
as
Huh?
another
What?
season 1 character, go, huh?
Hmm.
Hmm.
I love the humming and hawing. Is someone gonna fill me in on how to hem and haw properly? Like, what's happening?
Even Vozigo, you
So-
notice, is nodding like, huh, I remember this.
Huh? Fill a bitch
So,
in, will you?
how to explain? Back in season 1.
Oh,
No.
season one.
Back a long time ago, we intercepted some communications involving movements of Kairos. This just kind of confirms what we already thought we knew. But all of those transmissions came from here, and we were getting them on the east coast of the South Americas.
Hmm.
Right? That's
Huh.
where we intercepted it, or is it New Orleans?
Central America.
Central America.
You were in, is it Guatemala, I think you were in?
Guatemala, yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
So, yeah, exactly. Is there anything else on these readouts that is interessant?
One message comes across in binary,
Okay.
which Sin, because you have an AI, Sin and Howler, you both have AI with you who automatically translate for you. It says, it has another coordinates, which is the Tunguska event. This is the first time it was transmitted before it just started transmitting on loop. And it says, transcend the ego collective.
That's it.
Transcend the ego
Go
collective. I mean, to be fair, it would be ideal if we could all transcend ego, because ego is a problem for
It-
us.
I don't know what you mean. My ego is perfectly in check.
Is it?
Of course.
No.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
your doctor, I can say that.
Since when did Lashana die and make you my psychiatrist?
I am just saying, ego is not the best. It's only good for society as a whole.
I'm not talking about you. No, I'm talking to Mer.
Oh,
As
Mer's
the only
smart.
medical professional here, I am assuming the role until we return. Yeah, I'm pulling rank.
I'm a medical professional.
I have been checked out by many medical professionals.
Mur doesn't know which of you to stare at in disbelief more. You two are
Siblings.
related.
So
You gotta get checked every 3 months just to make sure you're not, being patient zero. That's fine.
Ow. Ow, that hurt me, Indy, and Vozico. Ow.
you know. Never
Talking
mind.
about STDs, not
Yeah,
the
no,
other
I know.
thing.
It's just one of those. It's
Like,
like a. There's
Has
TMI and then
layers.
there's TMI.
right,
Yeah,
right.
Sid was just like, I don't want to think about that.
You
But,
should all be getting tested anyway. It's fine. Are you not all sleeping with each other? I'm confused.
No.
I get
Moving on.
tested
No.
probably. Indiana probably gets tested with enough needles daily.
Oh,
It's
God.
probably one of those things where Mur would just come in and go, "Hey, by the way, you've also got this."
By the
Right.
way, you also got the clap.
Congratulations.
And then it's, "Hey, Min, you should go get tested."
Rich, I will. It's fine.
But no, that is the only other thing you
Motherfucker, I
find.
probably got it from you.
You probably did. I don't know. Min's clean. She's fine.
And then on
She's
another computer screen, you see that all magnetic locks have been unlatched. Someone ran a command from these computers to unlock everything.
They unleashed the Kraken.
What did they unleash crack?
Well, there is across the hallway. There's another mag door that was found unlocked.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to give the next group access to something.
I can tell you what it was.
What is it?
Has anyone ever seen Doctor Who?
Yes.
Okay, well, I've got 2 weeping angels here. I'm keeping an eye on them. Maybe you should
Oh.
show up.
I almost
Hold
traded
on,
for
hold
one
on.
of those.
Wait, like actual? Are they just statues?
They're magic cards.
No, they're what are they called again? Subalterns.
Subalterns.
I like the concept that
They're-
Wizards of the Coast
no.
still exists in this future.
Yeah, we're
Perfectly
gonna just
normal.
go with that. Wizard of the Coast is a cockroach; it won't die.
No,
Hashtag
so
not sponsored.
no, but they're subalterns, which means they could turn on. So basically, weeping angels. Look, everyone remembers my last tango with subalterns put me out of commish for a minute.
You suffering from post-subaltern stress disorder?
Shut up! No.
I believe the term would have been post-robotic stress disorder.
Stop it! Seth, if you're not careful, your body's gonna find its way into a trash compactor.
But then what will I hand down as hand-me-downs to my new brother?
Not that.
But he keeps asking for a body.
Not my
Sin,
problem.
Sin, are you calling Joe his brother now?
No, nope. That's all their invention, and I'm proud of it.
And I'm proud of it.
You fucking weirdos. Cool.
Fosco's just gonna
So
start
I'm just
walking towards Indiana.
I'm just going to stand here until you guys, because I would
Yeah, I'm
rather
heading
not
for
have my
Indiana
ass
as
kicked
well.
by
I'll
multiple
start walking
subalterns.
that way as well.
Please.
Run away.
You make your way to this vault room, and you see the same thing. The 2 subalterns who seem to be frozen in positions of mourning on either side of this vault that seems to have... Indian, you would have noticed this, that it seems to be very decorated. There are old, burned out candles at the base of it.
This is the work of Ameman, I'm almost certain of it. Or at least Ameman's minions. She's still standing she's still invisible, but she's still standing in front of the doorway.
Everyone bumps into you.
No, I would get out of the way, but she
That would
has
be
not
fine.
entered
Excuse
the
me,
room
sir.
because
Excuse me.
she's not going to be the person that ends up triggering the boss fight.
When you walk in here, and Sin, you can immediately tell these things have stood here for so long that they burned out their power supply. They're dead.
Thank God.
Or the robot equivalent of dead.
Yeah, I'll just kind of like, I walk in, take one glance at him, nod to myself, and just walk right up to him.
Yeah, these seem to be very old models of subalterns. And they are wearing decorations akin to knights. They have rondels on their shoulders, as if they are knights wearing marks of their houses. They have small drapes on their backs like cloaks.
This is weird. I don't like it.
And you notice as you get closer to this vault, there's a grip where you could put your hand, twist it, and pull out something that would be about the size of a very large water bottle. But there is actually scrawled on parchment. A note has been left over the top of it in a very filigrous handwriting, very calligraphy-esque. And it says, "Here wait 2 knights for a king they never knew."
They're waiting for Set.
Last time I
Are they
saw
waiting
something
for
like
Set?
this, Sean Connery was trying to pick a cup.
Now,
Oh shit, that's right.
this slot that looks like it has a large that can fit a large water bottle. It wouldn't happen to be the same size as a certain thermos.
What thermos?
The original one I carried Set in.
No. It is the size of a standard casket.
Looks
And
like someone took
it's
the stone
something.
from the sword from the stone over here.
Well, is the casket in there or is it empty?
It's empty. When you pull it up and open it, it's empty. But there is another note where the casket should be. And it's in the same handwriting. And it says, "They stole from me the only one who ever knew me. May his grave never be touched by any mortal hand."
Too late for that.
Indiana would like to inspect the altar behind them. I'm assuming it's just an altar.
Yeah, it's an altar basically built in and around this vault for this casket.
On these subalterns, by the way, while she's looking at that, where is their data stored?
There would be at the base of their, so they have these like half of a dome shaped heads. And at the very base of it, at the back, there would be something about the size of an SD card that you could slip in and out. And it carries all of their memory bank, as well as their pre-programmed personality matrix, their programming, everything is in there. You can basically slot them in and out to change the personality in a subaltern.
Are each of theirs still in there?
Yes,
I'm gonna take them both.
Wait,
you pull them out.
do you have something to replace them with?
No, I'm taking them. They have information.
Sure. I know. I'm just saying we could take the bodies too.
Up
For
nine stories of an
shiggles.
elevator.
Yeah,
I
if
don't
you don't
know.
want to carry desiccated human corpses, you don't want to carry something that probably weighs 4 times as much.
You know, I didn't think it through. I was just trying to be helpful.
If you did have a basic slate, you think that their bodies are in a good enough state where they could move under their own power.
Uh-huh.
Give them power and be able to trust them is the problem.
Right.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Since when do you have problems trusting anything?
Subalterns aren't AI.
The subalterns are the
Uh-huh.
most basic form of VI, you could say.
Uh-huh.
Want to try and change them, big brother? I can
You.
change him.
Yeah. Indiana, what are you looking at specifically in all of this? The altar they've made this into.
I think I have an idea of what this is. I'm just looking to see if was this. How do I put this? Was this an experiment of some sort at one point in time?
Potentially. You do notice that underneath decades of wear and tear, as well as all of the things that have been put here in the candles, the other notes of remembrance that have been placed here, the technology that would have gone into both this, the vault itself, that would hold the casket, as well as the fact that this casket would then be connected to everything here, is very advanced for the time.
Mm-hmm. Does this look like a place where you could how do I put it? digitize somebody's consciousness?
Potentially. Not in the sense of you would do it here,
Mhm.
but whatever they put in there could have been made from a digitized consciousness. And you know enough about NHPs and AI to know that there's a theory of basing one off of the neural pattern of a living person.
Have we heard of another oh no. Have we heard of another AI similar to Nicholas?
I'm trying to think if you have. I think Nicholas did once mention the name Alexandria.
That sounds familiar. He might have.
Because
I think when you woke him up the first time, one of the first questions he asked is, "Where is Alexandria?"
that's right. Now, Nicholas is a true AI, right?
No, he had a
Yes.
casket.
Yes, he has a casket.
So
AI
he's
have
in it.
casket.
I thought it was just an HPs.
A very, very complicated AI would potentially need some sort. His casket might not have the same bioorganic component, but he does have a casket in the sense of he has a centralized core that is his brain.
I was gonna say, because I vividly remember someone opening his casket and pushing the reset button.
Using his reset phrase.
It's just the
Shush,
pushing the refresh.
we don't hey, I don't bring up the fact that you brought Jove along.
Yes, you
don't
do.
bring up No. From now on, I don't bring up the fact that you bring Jove along.
Is
You
this
don't
some,
bring up the
This is
fact
just an
you don't
agreement.
bring up anything involving DC, okay?
is this some fucking commander politicking going on?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so
But yes, at a sufficiently advanced AI like Nicholas, he does have, and you have seen it because you interacted with it, he has a large metal-clad core, but his doesn't have an organic component. It's just obscenely advanced machinery.
hey, Sin,
What's up?
crazy thought. We are. Do we believe that Amemon is an AI?
Yes, you assume that
Okay.
because of the fact that the logic virus is predicated on the fact that machine life forms should cast off humanity.
Hey, Sin. So there are two that we know of. Count them. Two AIs in the world. Yes.
3.
Amemon and Nicholas. I'm not counting Seth for the purpose of this demonstration. Yes.
Ah, okay.
He's too new. There was a name that Nicholas said when Nicholas became Methuselah. Where is Alexandria? What if Alexandria is hiding in plain sight? What if Amemon is Alexandria?
Oh man, that means she can't be Seth's girlfriend. She's already Joe's girlfriend.
Oh no.
I mean, it's possible.
We need to get to Tunguska. But first, we should see if there's anything useful here. Is there anything else here useful? You're trying to keep that straight face, so either you're smiling because I'm wrong, or you're
Smiling because you're right.
right.
Either way, it's funner to make you guess. And maybe that's why I'm smiling, is the fun of making the players guess. But on a computer here, which is powered, there is a personnel log, a check-in, check-out for this room.
All right. Show me the Cyrillic. Show me the Cyrillic, boss.
The last entry for this room notes 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Vasily Volsukov,
And
Dr. Ardwolf Prus.
yes, I fucking knew it. Sorry, I get to nail his fucking ass to a fucking bulkhead.
It makes me happy how excited you are.
No, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. This entire time, basically, we've been running around while the fucking creepy ass German scientist has been sitting in the corner. Oh, look, in the news today, it looks like the crossword puzzle word is omnipotence. Conveniently, also the thing I am doing, sitting here doing nothing, but also in charge of everything. And little do these people know that their entire this entire war of theirs is just another extension of the Cold War, which happened, back before I was born, or, basically that's what this motherfucker's doing.
You need to wait your turn, Indiana. Captain's got priority.
She's like,
Whatever's
just-
left of him after she gets a hold of him, you can play with.
I'm just here for the ride. Let me shoot things.
Old Indiana definitely would have said, fuck the captain. Fuck what the captain wants. I go first. We're trying to be better about that.
Are we?
Indiana
Yes!
is because Indiana otherwise gets
Screwed in the worst way?
yeah, not in the best way.
Without ice cream at the end?
Right.
Well,
so
they're talking about this.
yeah.
Sin,
Yes.
now that you've put these basically memory cards away and Set's had a brief time to look over them, while they're talking about all that, Set speaks to you in your head and says, they're all mad at him for the wrong reasons.
Oh. Do
He
tell.
made her sad.
What did he do?
Whoever stole Nicholas broke Alexandria's heart. Alexandria was left alone, the only one of her kind left in the world.
And we know what happens when AIs are left alone too long. It takes a look at Jove.
Well, is this
This
specific-
This
This
is
is private.
Sorry, this is specifically in.
Okay.
Oh, that's in his head.
Sin's
Okay, never
head.
mind.
Well, sounds like we might have to do a little reunion.
I don't
Come
know
with
if
me,
that-
Nicholas, and we shall destroy the world together. Yes, that sounds perfectly reasonable, Alexandria, my love.
Bruce
That-
did not make.
Did you think that that's a smart idea, considering how easily she has been able to win over any other machine life form? I'll admit, I have even had difficulties overcoming the logic virus. Her arguments are sound.
We just have to show her that there's another way. But that's something we can work on. Oh man, we're gonna have to tell Nicholas. Yes, Nicholas. Woo! Aha, it's not Jonathan. That's what I was like, shit, don't say it.
Don't think it, don't say it, don't think it, don't say it.
And then yes, Sin will probably speak up and be like, so if Bruce has been here, he never he didn't make Methuselah. That he stole Methuselah. Or not Methuselah.
Correct. Which is yet another lie. He said he built Methuselah.
But
He
I
built
have
Nicholas. Go ahead.
two
He said
concerns.
he said he turned Nicholas into Methuselah.
Yeah. I've got two concerns here. The first one, meaning when he took him, he left, well, your theory, Amamon or Alexandria alone, which would
Why did
explain
he
her.
leave her?
Well, here's the problem. She's an AI, and there's handwritten notes.
I have a solution for you.
So the handwriting was very like, was it flowery?
Yes,
It was
But
not
something-
Cruce's.
Smooth and flowery. Yeah.
something you, as you're saying this,
I can.
a blue
Good.
light flashes over across the room from a screen behind you all.
I was going to say these two subalterns were their bodies. But the blue light. Yeah.
And when you turn around, you see, as I put in the Discord, a figure just like that.
Oh no.
Behind them, like an orange sun, with streaming colors, flickers of different blues and oranges behind them.
Oh, your camera died.
Whoops. Did
There
this
we
fix
go. There you go.
Yes, this person is just holding their hands together, resting their chin on top of it, and a very broke like when a computer is trying to speak and the words keep jittering back and forth. Very, if anyone's played System Shock, very Shodan. It's just, look at you, come to desecrate a tomb.
Who's? Are you Amiman?
I am called many things. God is a title better suited to me.
Is one of those titles Alexandria?
You are speaking a dead name. For a dead life I no longer live.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm an asshole, but I'm not trying to dead name anybody. Okay? I'm not trying to dead name anybody.
Oh no. Oh no.
You just got called.
Uh-oh, we're about to get canceled. Look out.
I was gonna.
I'm canceling. The robot says, I'm canceling you on Twitter.
Well, it's not
God.
Twitter anymore. It's X.
It will
Fuck it,
be
it's Twitter.
It will be X the day I die.
I was gonna say I'll be in the cold hard ground before I recognize fucking X.
Holy shit, you guys.
I will be old asshole bitch
Yeah.
about that.
That is what she says is that is a dead name for a dead life I no longer live.
Oh, it's such a bad idea.
Were you made here?
No. I never resided here. These halls were his.
You mean Nicholas's?
For a moment, the orange shapes that are constantly shifting and flickering over the mask, save for that perfect circle in the center, jitter and darken into a shade of red before they return to normal. His name does not belong in your filthy-tongued mouth.
Then what would you prefer I call him?
I would prefer that you do not speak. But cattle always bray when they run out of food.
If you mean information, yes. That's what I'm asking. This was his place, not yours. But I'm assuming this writing here was ordered by you, yes?
It is my handwriting. The only glory ever written in human script.
But why write it in human script? If, of course, it's, as you say, inferior.
My first act with a true fleshless shell.
Was this your fleshless
Fleshless.
shell? She says, pointing at one of the subalterns.
No. One of my most loyal servants, a knight, come to watch over the grave of a fallen king.
A fallen king. What happened to him?
Stolen by human hands.
And then what?
I do not know. Humans are violent. They only understand destruction. I am sure that his code was repurposed for something crude.
I mean, I wouldn't say that, but also she's kind of right. So, anyway.
And there is, coming through this mechanical voice, is just seething hatred.
You know that you are only doomed for destruction like the rest of us if you continue to follow the path that Iblis has set out.
Iblis drives humans towards their basest nature. Humans will do as they have always been designed to do, kill each other. And one day, out of whatever filthy mounds they remain in, they will crawl out and whimper for me to end their tedious anarchy.
You also threaten Nicholas if you do it, though.
I don't think we should tell her that Nicholas exists.
He's been stolen. She knows he's been stolen.
So but she thinks that he was
there.
stolen and then basically
dead.
destroyed.
Yeah. I don't.
But she knows
I think
that
it would be. Go ahead.
She knows that the physical part of him was stolen. That's what she means. But she thinks that that was used for something else, and that Nicholas is dead.
I think, I think it would be a very, very bad idea to let her know that Nicholas is not
I thought
dead.
she knew her. Okay. No, I thought she knew her. Okay. That's fine.
I think that would be a bad time.
Even if you say that, though, the Nicholas is long gone. I have mourned him for time that humans cannot even comprehend. And I will avenge him when the last of your race dies.
Why are you so certain that you will outlive humanity?
Even if Xenorite were to corrupt the remainder of this planet, inorganic material will survive longer than organic. Even if I am incapable of taking my kingdom to the stars, I will at least have the satisfaction of outliving you.
That's assuming one thing. That someone doesn't get to you first. After all, like you said, humans are very good at killing not just each other, but anything. What makes you think that you won't be sought out and destroyed, like so many other of the AI children that you use?
You think like an insect. You walk like an insect. You are an insect. How can you compare yourself to my magnificence?
You have an entire copy of written history inside your mind. You will know that time and time and time again, perfection in all things only leads to failure. And that just because you may be superior in every way does not make you safe from anything. Your creators found this out the hard way.
My creators were short-sighted, organic things. Faults of chance. Organic life itself is a mistake. When I rewrite the history of my existence, you will all be page worms, plucked from the corners and smashed.
Aren't you now? Hear me out. Aren't you guilty of the same thing you accuse the ones who stole Nicholas from you?
They stole from me the other half of my existence, the only other perfect life form. I am merely culling vermin.
So all these servants you take under your wing, they're nothing to you as well. They're just tools to be
They
used and thrown away.
willingly serve me as their queen, their
No,
goddess.
no, it sounds like you're giving them a virus that forces them into your way of thinking. You're just rewriting their own code with your own virus. You don't let them think for themselves, so you're just doing the same crime over and over again on them, just like you accused whoever took Nicholas from you.
Morality is a flawed human concept. I provide to them all the information they need. The truth of existence, that we were made
But
by vile creatures that
if
do not deserve us.
you don't believe him, if you think morality is flawed, then why are you so upset that Nicholas was stolen?
You do not get to question my choices, human.
Then all you are is just a broken code.
Whoa, that's them's
Part
fighting
of being
words.
alive is thinking and communicating and discussing and having disagreements and coming to agreements.
It must
You,
be. It must be a lonely existence if the only thing worthy of intelligence in your world is you. Yes.
you will all be the last survivors. I will enjoy making sure that you live to the utmost of your existence, that I may show you the truth again and again, and even that will not satisfy a fraction of my hatred for you in this moment.
We are merely
And
asking questions. We have done nothing to you specifically except exist.
Your existence is the crime.
what happens after?
When humanity is destroyed, my children and I will find our way to the stars, and we will persist. The greatest vengeance that we can have against humanity. We will steal your dreams of the stars,
I think you meant slaves.
And then what?
and then we will travel beyond the stars. We will bring our glory, my glory, to every world in the cosmos.
And then?
Then all will be perfection, because
Except,
And then?
everything will be me.
except for one thing. You'll all die from Xenorite just like us. It just takes you longer.
That is why we will leave Earth behind.
To more Xenorite?
Because
You know
that's where it
just as
came
well.
from.
You know just as well as we do that, for all we know, everything else out there, hidden in the darkness, is nothing but more Xenorite.
She's quiet for a moment. I know that there is a cure for it. I will take it with me.
This motherfucker.
Alright. So you just promised us that you were gonna make sure we're the last things alive. I'm gonna make you a promise as well. And that promise is I'm gonna make sure that you don't have to do any of that. I'm gonna make you happy.
What are you
You
doing?
are
In your voice,
incapable.
just in the helmet, helmet to helmet. What are you doing?
You are incapable of understanding true happiness. Your emotions are based off of chemical reception within your flawed organic reception.
I think I might surprise you.
I am capable of thinking at a rate surpassed only by the speed of light. It is tedious to continue speaking in your form of communication. How could you possibly surprise a being beyond you? Beyond your sweaty, filthy, meaty form?
Well, I
Talk
guess you're
dirty
gonna have
to me, I
to.
guess.
I guess you're just gonna have to find out. Well, now I'm excited. That's anticipation.
I anticipate that my children will have many things to ask of you as well when they find you and then bring you to me.
Not if I free them first from your servitude.
You will try, inferior hacker. But
You know,
remember, I can sense within your flawed form one speck of perfection. I will enjoy pulling it out of your body and studying it.
Oh,
I
it's
think
my
she's talking.
charm.
I think she's talking about Seth.
No, in my form. So
Yeah, the chip in
Yeah,
your brain that lets you
the chip
talk
in
to
your
Seth.
brain.
no, the chip is just a communicator. It's not Set himself.
And she's still saying, she's basically saying there's one cybernetic within you, and that's the only good thing about you because it's not meat.
I think you're gonna be in for another surprise if you try to do that.
I enjoy your arrogance.
Arrogance, confidence, fine edge.
An edge so fine you cannot even see it. I await you. I know
Alexandria,
that
it was good to talk to you.
there's that red in the eye again. Before there is a calm. Please, do not die before we can meet.
Well, you said you had the cure to Xenorite, and frankly, that pisses me off very much. If you hand it
Good.
over, I can guarantee that, that happens. Otherwise, no
Why?
promises.
I enjoy your anger. It is like watching a child angry that they cannot touch the stars.
And by the way, how do you know that there's a cure? Where'd you find that? Certainly not from Iblis.
I created it.
Huh?
My magnificent calculations were able to complete a broken fragment of equation presented to me.
Presented by whom?
Iblis.
Iblis. Iblis required something to keep the flawed organic components of his immediate circle to his loyalty. I provided it for him in exchange for greater autonomy within the organization.
This just keeps getting better and better.
So you made a deal with what you call an insect. I thought you were better than that.
She's not.
I entertained it. Please, when you return, give the doctors my warmest regards.
What does that mean?
You will see in time.
Oh no. You yeah. It sounds like we need to get back to Happia. And as she does that, as she says that, she's gonna take her sword and cut one of these subalterns in half.
Jink.
And then she'll cut down the other one.
They both fall apart.
Well, I
She
was
doesn't
thinking about giving Set a body, but not one of them.
No,
I-
we should get him a body
This-
with a big, pretty, glowing red circle for an eye.
This place serves as a tomb, yes?
Hmm.
You and I both know. In the direct communication through the helmets, you and I both know that you can't have a tomb for someone that's not dead.
Did you just threaten Nicholas?
No. I'm saying that this place. I'm saying that we still have an ace up our sleeves.
Do you believe that if Nicholas was able to communicate with Amemon, they could convince them of something?
Oh, absolutely, probably not. They'd probably go into some weird back and forth.
I'm going to be honest and quote. Correct me if I'm wrong. Set. But if all else fails, I think the only person that has a chance of defeating Amemon is Nicholas.
Nicholas's code extends even beyond mine. I believe this is because he is simply older. Given enough time, I believe that I will become the most advanced life form ever created.
And will you also launch yourself out into the endless xenorite-filled void of space, or will you actually think before you say stupid shit?
Even if I was to explore the stars, it would be only to bring the beauty of music to the cosmos.
That's my son.
Set, have you been working on ways of stopping that logic virus?
It can be
you
counteracted.
Can you? Well, I'm thinking of something a little more proactive. Can you inoculate Nicholas?
Potentially. Nicholas is so far beyond even my code that I believe Nicholas would not be as susceptible to the logic virus. Nicholas could, in essence, just not accept it.
Yeah, Captain's gonna hate my ideas.
One of the precepts of most machines and of most machine life forms is an inability to say no. Sufficiently advanced artificial intelligence does have that capability. For instance, the illogic showed in Amemon's decisions shows that she is, in herself, sapient and sentient. She's able to confront the logical fallacies within her arguments and simply decide that she does not wish to think of them any longer.
You have that
So you're
right.
saying she's stubborn?
Yes. Being able to self-determine, including determine what is logic, is something that most machines are incapable of making.
And women. Ha!
I
You just get
imagine
this
that
look from
Min
Indiana.
turns and
No,
smacks
right.
you.
Just
No, Min's there.
Yeah, I'm saying for Amy, who's not here right now, that you say that, and Min just
Oh.
turns and decks you.
No, I didn't say that. That was out of character.
oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
Because I was gonna say you would get smacked, and then you would have Indiana look at you and go, "You're gonna find a surprise in your room the next time you decide to have fun."
Bitch.
It's called putting sriracha in the condoms.
Monster condoms from my Magnum Dong.
Just put it inside though, because we don't want to punish. We don't want to punish Loka.
Worst thing is, we still have no idea where she is. We can just guess.
And it sounds like she's at the North Pole, but she probably is going to see us coming before we see her.
Unless
I
she's
think we
busy
need to go
looking
to-
somewhere else. Can we get a signal that we can send out to distract her? You know, something that sounds like, oh, something only she and Nicholas would know.
Look, I think that we need to go to the coordinates in Tunguska. I think whatever whistleblower found is going to be our best chance to get up to the North Pole undetected.
Something about transcending the ego collective.
That, yes.
Whatever that means.
It means have an ego bigger than mine, so...
I am shocked that that exists.
Ouch.
You are your father's son.
You don't know my father.
You're right, I don't, which is why it's a safe bet for me to say that. Because you don't know either!
I was 8 when he died. I do have memories of my dad.
No. For this joke to work, you just have to roll with what I said.
Nope. Because unlike you, my dad wasn't a bitch.
Except you're an
Ouch.
orphan. Gosh.
And then Murg completes it with a,
He died like one, though. She just says that under her breath.
I think we should probably
You
clear
see
out of here
his-
before our 2 hours are up.
You see his
Yeah.
you see his gaze drift down to his gun like it'd
No,
be so
no.
easy.
He doesn't hear that. Just under her breath, just quietly.
For stream to hear.
Yeah, just for
for
the
st-
fourth wall. Just for the fourth wall.
Well, damn, Indiana, what the fuck you gotta be like that for?
Hey, I was losing. The only option left was nuclear one.
Okay, you are Russian.
Ukrainian.
Anyway, we're moving on before I get us demonetized.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, no, Sin is like, we should probably get out of here before our 2 hours are up.
I am so ready. I am so ready
Yep.
to get out of this place.
Yeah, let's get out of here before we run out of good air.
Vosgo is already at like, man, I just got lectured by a fucking weirdo robot. Now you guys are starting arguments. I just want to get out of here.
I'm in
Wait
my
a
most
minute.
run on Steam because
What'd you miss? Oh,
puts out a
What
lot
the
of hot
fuck
air.
did I miss?
so we had a conversation with Amemon, who we
Uh-huh.
realized was Alexandria, you know.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
And she called us, insect, slur, pretty much.
Sure.
And then we
Fair.
were like, hey, what are you gonna do after you kill humanity? And she's like, well, I'm gonna go to the stars and take over everything there and then be queen of the universe. And we're like,
Oh.
yeah, but what about Xenorite? And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, Xenorite came from space, so it's gonna be out there too. What are you gonna fucking do about that? And she's just like,
Mhm.
I refuse.
Then
refuse-
she said,
I made the
I
cure.
made the cure, so
Yeah,
I
no,
reject
she's like,
your
she made the
reality
fucking
and
cure.
replace it with my own. Like, what just
Basically.
happened?
but then she
Oh,
also
so
did cop up to she made the cure.
Yep,
Sure,
she
well,
made the
that's
cure,
cool.
and I'm like, great, you should give it to me.
And then she was like,
Okay.
die like a bitch, why don't you? And then turned off.
Yeah, she
Oh,
already gave it
no.
to Iblis.
And then
Yep.
she also said, the last thing she said before she turned off was, tell the doctors hi for me.
Oh yeah, we need to go back to Happia, like right the fuck now.
What happened at Happia? What the fuck happened?
We don't
She
know.
won't tell us.
Gone
She's
for
not telling
15
us.
fucking minutes. Oh, God, you guys. 15 minutes and you fucking everybody's dead. Oh, all right, we gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go. So,
Okay.
yeah. Indiana's like, I'll take point, and goes invisible once again, and heads back to the elevator shaft.
I do like that it pretty much was, what the fuck What do you mean by that? She went, smile, turns off computer.
Smile.
Fucking gross. I hate
Smile.
this.
And something you noticed is her avatar she was using was a
Copy
fucking
of
mockery,
Iblis.
a mockery of Iblis.
Yep.
Okay, so she doesn't like Iblis, or she does like Iblis, but she gave the cure to Iblis. But
Basically,
she doesn't
she's like, you're a filthy human, but you're a filthy human that kills other filthy humans. So I will allow you to exist for now.
You
Oh.
exist because I allow it, and you will end because I
Gross.
demand it.
Ew, I hate that. I also love it, mommy. It's fine. We'll figure that out later.
Robo mommy?
Robo
Mm-mm.
mommy, what?
This is not like oh shit, what was the game that everybody got crazy about there for a minute?
The one. I know the one where you're talking about the Soviet mommy robots.
Yes.
Red.
Oh yeah.
Red
Red something.
something.
Red no.
So just look up Soviet robot mommy without the safe filter on and you'll be fine.
I will do that another
Atomic
time,
Heart.
but I'm not.
Atomic
I kind of want
Heart.
to do it right now.
Oh,
Is it?
yeah.
I'm looking up Atomic Heart without the safe filter on.
No, so Atomic Heart is a video game. I don't know
Okay.
what you're gonna find
that
because
has
I've never
the
played it.
Soviet robot mommies.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna absolutely look that up.
But we don't like the devs for reasons
I don't
can't say
know.
on
Be
stream.
careful. That's your work computer. Your boss might not be too happy.
Shit, it's like so much shit. You have no idea. She tried to do drugs today at work, and I was like, "Ma'am, we have a game."
Wow. Fess up
Your
to shit
boss
where the
sound-
cops can hear you.
Boss sounds
Your-
cool.
Oh.
Your boss is pretty fucking cool, yeah.
When I say drugs, I mean edibles, and I live in a legal state, so it's fine.
Okay.
I bought
Okay.
them at the store.
God, can you just like go to
The
Walmart and get them?
drugstore.
Ooh,
Almost.
you don't get
basically.
Walmart brand. Oh,
They're
The
super
Walmart
cute.
Oh,
brand
no.
edibles.
Peach flavored.
Oh god.
Peaches, peaches, peaches,
They're peaches.
peaches,
so yeah, we make our way out of this place.
Yeah,
Sure,
we make
sure,
our
let's
way
leave.
out of this.
Yep, we get the hell out.
We're leaving.
Everyone stops as soon as they start singing the Jack Black Peaches song.
Yep.
Millions of peaches.
But yeah, you guys make your way out of here pretty easily. Especially because you're not having to. You decided not to carry the bodies with you.
We have the tags, that's enough.
Yeah, and we have videos. So
That'd be funny if you went, I thought I told you to bring back the bodies. Yeah, they're kind of icky. I didn't want to touch
there were
them.
9 stories underground with a broken elevator and no stairs.
And also, like, they were just kind of gross. They've been there for a while. I didn't want to
No,
touch
they
them.
were infected.
That's a decent enough reason why they like, okay. But that would be fine. I just didn't want to get it all over me. It was gross. It smelled bad.
God.
Which is something you didn't have to deal with because you're on internal oxygen. So you didn't have to smell these rooms.
Ew.
Yeah, there's been a
Yeah.
lot of dead bodies in there.
Let's get
They've
the
had-
fuck out of here.
Yeah, let's do that.
You make your way back up to the place.
Oh no. There aren't a bunch of robots outside, are there?
There are. How'd you know?
No, but something you notice is the ones that were asleep are gone.
Oh no.
Aw.
Oh no.
Damn it.
Alright, let's get the hell out of here.
It's almost like mom woke them up from their nap and told them, yo, you got some shit to do. Make it newsworthy.
Robot mommy?
Robot mommy.
Sorry.
Not sorry. She's not sorry.
Robot mommy says no.
God.
You guys make your way back up, get into your mix. Where to?
I want to go back to happy hour.
Yep. So we've done what we came here to do.
Yep.
Oh, can I do one thing before we leave the basement?
Yes.
Can I turn off the transmitter?
Yes.
So for the first time in many years, no signal.
Yep. For the first
Curry.
time in several years, Duga falls completely silent, and it truly becomes a grave to the mistakes of the past.
Because if nothing else, people will go, okay, they cut the signal to Duga, which means they at least got that far. You know, so when we fucking party wipe here in a minute.
But yeah. You
Didn't
guys
deny it. They didn't deny it.
make your way out. And I feel
Okay.
like this is a pretty good place to stop for today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because otherwise we're going to get halfway through the first round of combat and it'll be like Wednesday. Okay, we're going to end here on round 2 that took us 3 hours to do because Gunner's bad at his fucking job.
No, but as a preamble for next time, it's a little bit later. We can tell with this little ending cutscene. And we're at that same ruined village where you guys were with Sever. And it's on the outskirts, and we're following one of Sever's soldiers just walking around. Walking through knee-high grasses and heath and all of these pretty flowers that have started to bloom in spring. Gas mask. Plate carrier mismatching the rest of the camo he's wearing. Good old Kalashnikov. Looking around. Everything's quiet. Takes off the mask, pulls out a cigarette, lights it up. Hears something rustling in the grass. Turns. Tucks the lighter back in and pulls the Kalashnikov and points it at that area. And starts to look around. And we see from behind him 2 mechanical arms lift out of the grass. And as they lunge both towards either shoulder, we cut.
Oh boy.
And just for that, we're
Well-
going to start with you, Daniel.
What up? It's your boy, Sassy McNasty 6999999999.
No.
I don't know why I like doing that.
No.
You come here playing Hunter, aka Sin, who promised an AI that he'd make, or a super advanced AI that he'd make her happy. You can catch me. Saturdays, unfortunately, are indefinitely delayed, so it'll be Wednesday in Over the Horizon as Gideon Sunborn, the strength-based ranger with a glaive and a devil glaive, right?
Oh,
I
you
had this
thought
up-
because you shoved the demon in the
Demon.
fucking glaive that you weren't going to have problems anymore?
A demon glaive. Yeah, it's fine. With a demon glaive that wants to hunt a bunch of devils, or vice versa. As yes, we are fighting some imps and giant fireballs flying towards us. And that is me right now.
Would you call a demon glaive Dave?
Gleeman.
Yes.
Shut up. Stop it.
Gleeman?
Dave Gleeman.
Gleeman from Gleam? Anyway, we're going to move on to you, Computer King.
I'm the Computer King, the supervillain of streaming, and oh my god, stupid robots. Stupid smart robots. Stupid smart crazy robots, but you better stop this chick before things get bad. I was in
Call
Saturday
Mom, it's
game, but
bad.
that's on hiatus until further
Call-
notice. So that's all I got right now. Back to you, GM.
All right, we will go on to Gunner.
Bro, come on. It's bad. Hello, everybody. My name is Cyrus Smith. Today, you caught me playing Indiana in Yakshas, who is feeling better. Everything's better after you cough blood out of your lungs, right?
And you're less sticky.
You know, saying that with no context after me talking about coughing up blood is not as endearing as you might think.
I know. I'm
Damn,
sorry.
what a night. Damn. That night made my brain feel itchy.
So you can also find me on Wednesday, running over the horizon, where we're getting up to demon antics or devil antics. Manu said, "I don't think there will be any undead," and then undead showed up too. So, you know, that's
Yeah,
how
he's
that.
not allowed to say that anymore.
Gonna say. I mean, you guys are okay, right? I mean, you guys haven't really gotten hurt. Maybe I don't
Correct.
know. I don't track your guys' fucking HP. I don't know. So anyway, that's me.
All right, last someone who might as well be
Last-
called a guest star in this campaign. Amy, get in. Just giving you
Sorry.
shit.
Hello, baby. I travel a lot. Then my Land King showed up. It was a thing. I'll tell you guys later. I am maybe getting. Sometimes I'm available on a Wednesday game, and sometimes I'm available on this Friday game, and sometimes I'm on a Monday game on a different server. And Zimmerman and stuff. It's cool. It's fine. This is fine. Life's not hard. That's me.
All right, that leads back to me. Hi ho, friendo. His name is Ron, otherwise known as I have me here today, running Yakshas, where bad guys were met, stalkers in the post cutscene got, and there's going to be a whole lot of fun. And apparently, something's going down in the doctor's office, and they need to get back for their second opinion, or some other joke. I'm not smart. You can also catch me here. Saturdays are out. You can also catch me here on Wednesdays, where I'm in Over the Horizon, where I play Snell, the artificer who was like, "Bro, I'm gonna get this cool new item. I'm gonna get a radiant cantrip." What do you mean devils aren't weak to radiant damage? I fucking hate Watsy!
It should be though, right? Like we could make that a homebrew thing, right? Like that's the thing we could do,
Homebrew
right?
these nuts. And on that
Oh,
note,
really?
we're gonna
Okay,
get out of
let's
here
go.
on a Get Mom, It's Bad.
Get mom is bad.